Welcome to free back pain classes. Struggling with back or body pain? You're in the right place. Here, we explore the transformative power of myofascial release and movement. Our classes are designed to help you find relief, improve your mobility, and enhance your overall well being. Please like and subscribe. You're on your way to feeling better. Find the pelvic wall. Awesome. Awesome. Let's get started. We do a little bit of head this morning. About 5 minutes actually, even a little bit of front. And then I'm going to do some fronts of the hips. Right into the pubic bone area, all the lower psoas, all of that. Should be fun. So, big bad boy purple. And start with the head again, 5-ish minutes or so, and then we'll do some of this, okay? Don't forget about the breathing. So again, we're just on the head, not on the neck. We're on the bone here. Just move some of that around, see how that feels this morning. Lots of breathing. Get the breathing set up for the class. Fire the pelvic wall. All the muscles around the butthole and the transverse abdominal muscle want to pull it all down towards your feet. That gives us the best pull down for the diaphragm that we could get. Big breath in, big breath out. How's our head feel today compared to what we did yesterday? Yeah, it's sometimes nice to do a couple things in a row. Excellento. Let's do a bit of the side now. Just again on the top of the ear, our temporalis muscle. Let's see how that feels. Let's go gentle. Big breaths in. Long breaths out. Excuse me. Really make sure that on the end of the exhale, you're really letting go. So most people, they stop their exhale before they're finished. So if you can let go on the exhale a little bit more, you're going to notice that you're going to let a little bit more of that tissue let go. Big breath. If you ever get a little bit of a headache or you're just not feeling that great in the mornings or anytime, a little bit of ball in the head, phenomenal. Gets the flow and the energy moving. Again, also something that we're not used to really doing on the ball. But boy, does it make a nice difference for the body. Good. Gonna do a little front now today. A little bit of the right around the eyebrows, so be careful. Again, we're not putting all our weight on it. Just a little bit. I find right around the corner on the inside, on the eyebrows, gets pretty stuck on some people. Certainly does on me. Big breath. Just be careful there. Don't push too much pressure into these.
Please like and subscribe. You're on your way to feeling better.
And then just on the other side, just for a minute or so, a couple minutes. Again, just above the ear, the temporalis. You can do it in the jaw too if you find your jaw's a bit stuck or a little sticky this morning. Most people's jaws are fairly stuck. Just another minute on the head. So if there's something where you want to get back to the back, you want to go to the other side, the front, just about a minute or so. And then we're going to go down and do the abdomen, lower abdomen today. Unbelievable. That was so good. Let's grab a little beverage just as a little reward for that beautiful work on the noggin that we did. So great. Let's do the lower abdomen now. So if you haven't spent a great deal of time in the front of your body, especially in your abdomen, your psoas muscle, then your body's not going to be really very open, because this is the thing that really runs everything. We sit all day long, so these guys, they get super stuck. So I'm going to start right on my pubic bone. Okay, right on top. I'm going to go one side to the other side, and then I go all this iliacus in here, this lower psoas too as well, and even a bit of these hip flexor quads. So, I don't know, 5-6 minutes on one side, 5-6 minutes on the other side, and then we're going to get some movement going. Big, big, big breath in and out. Let me just set this up. It's already set up, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Big ball here. Again, be super careful with this when you first start out. And this is gonna be sore, probably. It's probably gonna be stuck. So I'm just off to the side a little bit. I'm not directly straight on it yet. We'll see how that opens. You can also get a bit of green ball in there. Might be a little too much. And just go slow. With lots and lots and lots and lots of breathing, please. Just be careful. Really put your breath into your back body, into the pelvis. Be a little careful with these at first. Just because they might be sore. So just on the top of my pubic bone. Big breath. Oh, yeah. Haven't even moved yet. I'm right in the middle, so getting both sides. The abdomen muscles, what we call the six-pack, they attach onto the pubic bone. Actually wrap underneath that pubic bone a little bit, like just grab underneath it. I'm gonna go over to one side. Still really low around the pubic bone. Be careful, it might be super sore. Might just feel fantastic too. Big breath. The only reason we wouldn't want to do this is if we haven't had any recent surgeries in this area, or we're pregnant. Big breath. I use the opposite leg just for creating a little bit of torque and pressure on that too as well. So if you're not getting enough, or you can bend it right out. Again, I'm going to give you way more. So again, be careful, be gentle. There's also a ligament here that goes from the pubic bone all the way to the bone of the pelvis on a bit of an angle at the front. It gets really stuck. And also the psoas muscle goes right underneath it, which is very interesting. Big breath. So I'm still right here. Boom, boom, boom. Still really low, right beside the pubic bone now. An area sometimes that we do miss on the ball. And it's pretty darn important. Big, 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 big breath. About another 45 seconds, maybe a little longer on this one side, then we'll move it over. So I haven't really moved too much. I moved about that much. Just because the stuck area, and they're not needed to move too much. Always a bit sticky down in this area. There's no movement down here much at all. But boy, it feels good to open it up. Big breath. You might feel taller when you get done today. Leaner, abs might feel all ripped up, the six-pack might be back. I know when all my body's all feeling compressed or my lats a little twisted, I just feel way fatter than normal. And not that I'm fat, but I'm not ripped up anymore either. But when my body, it just seems to, compress itself. And then my belly sticks out. Don't like it very much. Learned a long time ago that it was just because my abdomen was a little bit tight, pulling the vertebrae together, especially for me, because I have a couple of discs down there that don't really exist. My discs don't exist. That was a pretty good one too, eh? Maybe the boys can make a little rhyme about that one. The discs don't exist. Okay. Ow! A lower body, bottom of the psoas. Here I am. Oh, and it is like, I'm going to go 30 more seconds. So the bottom of the psoas muscle. Right ish there. Okay, so just almost beside the pubic bone, then it goes down about a couple inches, again, depending on how long yours is. Everybody's a little different, but that's where it is. So let's get a little bit of that. Now we're going to go and do the other side. So if you're always doing your back, trying to fix your back, it ain't going to work. Just so you know, we always want to unlock the front first. So the chest and the platysma up high, and all these abdomen muscles, they're going to be stuck. Oh, so good. That psoas can sometimes take a very long time. So don't be impatient with it. Okay. Gonna move over to the other side. Don't need to move the ball really, but I'm gonna anyways, just so you guys know I moved just a little bit. So I'm back on that pubic bone again, just on this opposite side. Right up high, and again, really careful when you first get into that, because that could be very sticky. So what I do is I use my legs to change the load, so however more over, so because I'm on this side over here, the more load I put on that side, the more weight I get on that ball. And so we only need as much as the brain can handle. So if you breathe through your nose and that continues, that's really good. If you start to breathe through your mouth or go, then that's too much. Big, 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 big. It's always, especially the little spot right between your pubic bone and your leg bone, right in that area. It's where the fascia of the pelvis is. It gets stuck a lot. So you might want to spend a lot of time in that area until it becomes more supple. When I started doing my ball many moons ago, I would do abdomen every day. I would do my psoas every single day until it let go. And I tried everything else on the body, all the back, all the bum, legs, everything. For years I did all that. And then I realized, well, I actually got to change the front first. So then I started doing the fronts. Spent a great deal of time on it, and it really unlocked my body. So this is why we spend so much time on the front. Because the front really, we're a forward bending mechanism, meaning that everything we do really is forward. Our body goes forward, except if we do some yoga or we do some length and strengthen where we do backward bends, which really are the fixers of the body, right? Because it's the opposite antagonist movement to what we do almost every day. I mean, even when we walk, we really forward bend a little bit, unless you're really good at your walking. Because most people have their shoulders forward over their toes when they're walking. If you watch people when they walk forward, going outside just the tiniest little bit, maybe, I don't know, quarter of a ball move there. Big breath in. About a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes left on this side on the balls. So maybe if there's somewhere you need to get that you haven't gotten already, you might want to get there. Get. Go gentle. I'm going to go back inside a little bit. Ooh. Big breath. Okay, 1 more minute, then we'll get off. Okay, 1 more minute on the balls. So get where you need to get. Maybe you've got to go back to the head. Maybe you're still on the head. And then you know we're going to do some hip flexion opening today, of course. Opening the front body, hip flexors. Much easier drinking your beverage when you're doing the front body too. It's like magic. About 30 more seconds. I'm on my bottom of my psoas now. Psoas, spelled P-S-O-A-S. Psoas. You know, I never want to get off these balls. 30 more seconds. Okie dokie. Goodness gracious, I'd be here on all day. Come on off. Balls in basket. Let's turn over on our back. Let's do a little bit of movement with those pelvises here this morning. Let's do some windshield wipers first, okay? So with windshield wipers, it's not raining outside here in Vancouver, but we're gonna do them here anyway. So we're gonna keep the knees together, I'm gonna keep the feet together. I'm gonna gently roll. You know, I like to keep my arms on the ground and my shoulders on the ground and shoulder blades on the ground. So we're going to gently roll to one side, trying to keep the knees together. Doesn't matter how far you roll, it matters if you keep your knees together. So really work at that. And then gently move to the other side. Just gentle. Just feel about the lower abdomen that we just balled on. Lower psoas. Psoas, nice and slow. Let's go back to the other side. Knees together, feet together. Maybe the head's turning, same way the knees are turning. You can also watch your knees with your eyes. Where your eyes go, the body follows. Let's go back and gentle. Breathe, keeping the knees together, the feet together. Back again, gentle, couple more. If these are super easy for you, make sure you're trying to keep your shoulder blades, both shoulder blades on the ground. It really changes everything. If your body's coming and rolling up with you, you're missing a whole bunch of this, right? So really trying to open the body and keep it flat on the ground with the upper body. Let's go back to the other side again. Knees and feet are together, nice and slow. So good, let's butterfly. Let's open up. Just that felt, just really opened me up, that windshield wiper. Hope that felt good for you. But again, if you keep your knees together, your toes together, your feet together, should have a nice little effect on you. Big breath. Notice that pelvic wall. Really, now that we've opened these guys up, pelvic wall should be much easier for you to find. It's all the muscles around your butthole, okay? And they should be gently pulling towards your feet. In your mind, you're going to and you might think they might not do that, but just in your mind, all this stuff is pulling down towards your feet. Pranayama, we call it, breath control, and it helps us to stabilize our mind, make it quiet so that the body can become quiet, so the body can let go. Spectacular. Let's tent our knees. We're going to do our side abdomens again today. Okay, so that's interlacing your fingers behind your head if you can get them there. But otherwise, we don't want to lift the head up too much. Okay, this is just a activator of these side bodies that gets stuck on the rib cage a lot for us. Let's just go 10 on one side. Here we go. Breathe. 10. So we're squeezing to one side, and the other side's becoming a little bit longer. They're opposites of one another. And as you squeeze these knees together, you may notice a little bit of something going on down here. And I'm not talking in a sexual way. Get your minds out of the gutter this morning. But I mean, just because you did those lower pubic bones, that muscular area is going to start to grip and change a little bit. So remember, the abdomen or the six-pack muscle goes all the way down to the pubic bone and all the way up to the chest. From here, It's called the rectus abdominis. We call it the 6-pack. It's actually an 8-pack. The fascia goes from here all the way down. Boom. And this bad boy, what happens with the rectus abdominis muscle actually gets pulled apart. Yeah, if you women have had babies and stuff, wreck that muscle, you know what that feels like. Boom. Let's go 3 more. 1, 2. So let's go to the other side. Heads on the ground if possible. 1. Squeezing those knees together a little bit. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Spectacular. Let's go back to the windshield wiper. A couple more times. Feet together, knees together. You'll see this is somewhat changed because of those guys we just did. Those side bodies go slow. And again, we're thinking about reaching the knees away from us when we do this, okay? So my knees and my toes actually are kind of, in my mind, pointing away from my hips and rib cage a bit. Nice and slow. Back to the other side. So these can be done in your bed in the morning as well. If you're feeling a little sticky in the morning, before you get out of bed, I like these, or I like the child's pose, rabbit, puppy. All those are really nice as well. Breathe. Nice. Let's go back again, gentle. Point your knees away from you. Point your toes. Knees together. Yeah, one more side. You should feel a little bit longer now in the abdomen and in the side bodies and in the belly. Breathe. Point the knees away, point the toes away. Unbelievable. Let's turn over. Let's move to our knees. A little bit of movement on the knees. We're just going to move our bum cheeks to one side and the other side. Open the hips up a little bit. And we're just going to move over one side. Boom. Other side. Go gentle. Stay on one side. Excuse me. Open that side body up a bit again. These guys get sticky when we sleep. Other side. On all fours, hands are underneath your shoulders. We're going to do our little bit of a lift of our knees off the ground about 2 inches, okay? And we're going to hold that for 6 days. Just kidding. Here we go. Use your abdomen, lift the knees off the ground. There we go, flat back, abdomen doing its job. Round the upper spine a little bit as if you were doing a plank. Okay, you're pushing your upper shoulder blades away from one another. And belly buttons coming in together. You can even squeeze the knees together if you want to get a little bit more out of that. And breathe. That'll get lower, lower, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, hockey. Watch your knees. We're not going to be here long. We're going to do a couple of these back to back, okay? So I'm really focusing on the lower abdomen, lower pubic bone area, lower or upper adductors, the insides of the thighs. Great, let's do that again, okay? Boom, 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 boom. So maybe even squeeze the knees together again this time. Lift up, rounding the upper spine. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Squeeze the knees together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, hockey. Careful of the knees. We're going to go do those one more time. The lower area should be opening up, lower psoas maybe opening up a little bit. Tough area to get to. So if you're not real diligent on it, you won't get to it. Let's do it again. Round that upper spine a little bit. Suck those knees in together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spectacular. On your back. Windshield wiper. Feet together, knees together. Gentle and slow. Let's pick this one up a little bit. We're going to go a little faster. So I'm going to point my knees away as far down, all the way down, as far as they go away. You notice the side body going to start to open up a little bit. Here we go. Let's do the other side. Gentle again. But a little faster. Point the nose, point the toes. Sounds simple. This one was really a good opener if you do it properly. Especially after balling in that lower abdomen area. I'm going to do one more on each side. Breathe. Unbelievable. Tent the knees, hands underneath your head. Let's do a little bit of crunchy again. One more, 10 more on each side. One more set. Here we go. For 10. Again, we're trying to keep the head on the ground. One side's long, one side's shortening. That's 2. Super easy for your body. No load in the spine. Can't hurt your body. Reaching on the opposite side. This elbow on the opposite side that I'm doing here, it's reaching away from me. So I'm really focusing. I mean, you think these are simple, but if done properly, and you really focus on the abdomen shortening on this side and long on the other side, you'll notice a big change in your body after doing these. Breathe. Got 4 more. Head's not doing anything. We're not torquing on the neck, please. Got 2 more. You got 1 more. Let's do the other side. Breathe. 7. 6. Can you squeeze those muscles a little harder without squeezing the neck? You got 5. Got 4. Got 3. Got 2 million. Oh, got a last one. Got a butterfly. Woo, baby. Pretty nice. Little bits of movement, knees moving, ankles moving, toes moving. Awesome. Quick little lying hip flexor stretch on both sides, or tree underhooks again, whichever feel best for you. About 20-30 seconds on one side, 20-30 seconds on the other side. And we're going to get up to our downward facing dog. We're going to pick up the abdomen stuff a bit today. So if you're not feeling super good today and you want to just do some more stuff on the floor that we've already done today, you can also do child's puppy. You can also do thread the needle. All the basic foundational stuff that we do all the time, you just keep doing those. Those are some of the best postures on the planet for people with back problems. So just keep doing them. Big breath. A little bit of long hip flexor opening in the front. Feel your abdomen doing some work, little change now. Let's turn over. If you feel like a little child or a puppy, let's get that first before we get into the downward facing dog. And this might be where you're doing all your stuff from anyway. So as I go up into dog, and I'm going to do some crossover with the knees today and all that. So if you feel like that's not working for you, you can just do these kinds of things on the ground. Okay, so these are really good too. I actually find the dog ones even easier than these guys on the ground because I get more space to move my hips and everything. So it really depends on how your body feels. Move the arms, move the head, a little bit of movement through the lats and the underarms. What are those abdomen muscles doing? They got a little grippy. You're going to notice your low back going to be a little different than maybe it normally is. Breathe. Good. Going up into the downward facing dog. Use your abdomen, really important. Be gentle. And again, not feeling it, don't do it. You can spend the whole hour on the ball if you want. Up and down. Let's open the hammies, the backs of the legs. How are they feeling today? Use your abdomen. Abdomen needs to be doing a little bit of work when we're in a forward bend. Go slow and gentle. You might find you're going to get a little deeper into these muscles in the hips here because we did the insides of the hips and the pubic bone. Excellent. Let's do a leg up, three-legged dog if that feels good. Open that bad boy up. What are your fingers doing? What are your thumbs doing? What are the big toes doing? The inside line of the body needs more work. I'm going to take this knee to the same elbow. I'm going to take this knee to the opposite elbow. I'm going to do that twice, and then I'm going to hit a pigeon or a deer. Okay, so here I'm going. One, boom. Gentle and slow. Long extension backwards. Opposite. Back up. Same. Opposite. Pigeon or deer. 30 seconds or so. Watch the knees. Breathe. It's going to be different again because we open the pubic bone area. So this whole movement pattern today is going to be different. And you watch. So again, if we haven't done a lot of that inner area on the ball, please spend some time on it. You're going to really notice a big difference with your body when you do that. Little bits of movement, a little bit of breathing. You can suck the abdomen up into the spine if you want to get a little bit more work on the abdomen, or open the low back a little bit more. It's going to be doing a bit of work anyways because we are in our forward bending position, so we know that we've got to use that abdomen just so that the back feels comfortable to let go. The back won't let go if the front isn't gripping a little bit. So this is why people always think that we have to have a really, so-called strong core, because it's antagonist to the back. And if the abdomen is strong, the back lets go more. But it's not so much strength. It is, but it's really about the functioning of the abdomen. So the abdomen works really good. It's pretty flexible and supple. I got a really beautiful opening now into that upper hamstring just because of that ball we did in the front. Great, so good. Okay, coming back into the dog, and again, if you need to transition on your knees, super good too as well. Okay, and nothing wrong with that one too. Oh yeah, so good. Breathe. Oh, that hip feels different now. Breathe. What are the toes doing? Even those little baby toes, they gotta go to market. Going on the side, opening up into three-legged dog. Open and open, breathe. shoulder blades are trying to come together underneath your body. They're not just willy-nilly hanging out. And you want your arms inside, breathe. I'm going same knee, breathe. Then I'm crossing it. Then I'm going same knee. Then I'm crossing it. And deer. Now I'll go into the pigeon. Breathing and letting go. Oh, so good. I always feel so much better. I haven't been sleeping super well. Did you guys sleep well last night? I know that some of us haven't been sleeping very well lately. I happen to be one of those people. Not that I'm a good sleeper anyways, but I've not been super good these days. Maybe the change. I think it's everything changing. Ho, 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 ho. How's that good vibe feeling? Ho, 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 ho. Little movements. Again, be just super careful with your knees.
Please like and subscribe. You're on your way to feeling better.
Hope your body's starting to feel better now, starting to open up, get a little flow in it. And I'm not talking about amp flow. It's a totally different kind of flow. Big breath. Ten, 15 more seconds on this one. Breathe. Going back to dog again, Ken. Just transition to your knees first if that feels best. Abdomen does a little bit of work on these forward bends, just gently sucking into the spine. I'm going to go into a squat now, okay? So we haven't done this one in a couple of weeks, so be careful, be gentle with it. Really opening all this lower stuff in here. One of my clients that I had for many years used to call it, this is U-joint. Oh, it's my U-joint. I gotta work out in my U-joint, Steve. So let's go maybe into the hands a little bit. Push those knees apart. If that feels comfortable for you, be careful. Use your abdomen, use your breathing. Side, side. If you ever watch any mixed martial arts fighting, these, because they do so much work on the ground, they do this one a lot. They open this one up even before their fight. You'll see them getting ready to fight. They'll be on their feet doing these guys. Big breath. Be a little bit more into those adductors, those inclines, those deep, deep, deep breathe. So awesome. It's push-up time. 4-ish, okay? The claw. It's the claw, Steve, it's the claw. Big thumbs doing some big work into the ground. We got the long body, we got the flat body, we got the shoulder blades trying to come down towards the pelvis. We got breathe in, elbows beside. Just go slow, breathe back out. Not necessary to go super far down, especially if your elbows are hurting. Just go down to feel the elbows and then come back up. That's the 2 bad boys. Let's go 2 more. Abdomen and breath. And 3 bad boys. Ah, so nice. Let's do our twisted airplane. On your belly. Hands out. One leg comes up. This is going to be real good opener for the fronts of those areas that we balled this morning. Big breath. Some people also like to stack their leg. Doesn't matter. And some people like this hand behind them. Again, whatever feels best for you this morning. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Let the body sink into the ground. Breathe. So from here, instead of doing the other side right away, I'm going to go to my back and I'm going to side over on that same side that was on top. So it can be a knee side over, or it can be a foot side over with the long body. For 30 seconds. And now that you opened up these deep inner ones, you should feel this very different than you would normally feel it. Big breath. Awesome. Let's do the other side into our lying, flying, twisting airplane. We don't get to go on the airplanes right now, so I guess we do, some of us, but I don't. So we're going to do it in our class. We're going to be on the airplane. Where are we taking off to today? Again, depending on how this feels. This feels super, super good for me. We're really opening in that area today. Breathe. I prefer the tropical locations because I like the heat. Again, when you're doing this, guys, your head needs to be supported on the ground somehow. Your hand, a bolster, a towel, a piece of fruit, a ball, whatever, a book. Maybe your partner is holding your head up, who knows, but it's got to be supported. Breathe. Did I tell you I'm getting a lot of opening in this area today? Whoa, bad boy. I definitely don't do that enough. Twenty more seconds. How's that pelvic wall? Should be doing its job now. Great. Gonna come off, gonna grab a side over on that side. We're gonna do either a knee side over or a foot side over again, depending on what feels best for you. So I'm gonna do my foot side over because that's what I love to do. Makes me feel the best. Gonna grab on my foot. And a side over. And I love noises. We call them length and strength and noises. Big breath. Remember, this knee and this hip is going away from you, creating space. 20 more seconds. Breathe. It's a long 20 seconds, I know. Let's change. Gentle, child's puppy, moving up into the downward dog. Move the hands, move the shoulders. Going up into the dog and gonna do those knee to elbow exercises again, okay? Here we go. Start with one, we're going one side first, gentle. Going crossover. Knee, same side. Going crossover. Going deer. And if you want to move into the pigeon, you go right ahead. So different than the first one we did, yeah? Lots more open now. Lots more. You know, I may be a decent teacher, but my vocabulary needs some improvement. Lots more. Know where that came from. Lots more. Breathe and move. Unbelievable. Let's get back up. Let's do the other side. Knee to elbow. Here we go. Let's go do the other side. If you make noises, it helps. Other side. Dear. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do, da, di, da. Can't even remember that. So great. Pigeon, if that works for you. You want a little bit more, changing the angle, go slow. Again, really watch your knees with these. If it doesn't feel good, you gotta thread the needle on the floor, on your back. How's the breathing? How's the lower abdomen? How's the outside of the hips feel now? Different, I would hope. Let me know how they feel. Put your comments and questions and everything in the feed. Really appreciate all of that. It really helps me to figure out where to go next in design. My body feels pretty good all the time, so I'm guessing sometimes on what you guys need to do. And again, we got so many different kinds of people in this class, from beginners to very experienced people. So we're always trying to give a little bit in every class for all of the different kinds of ballers and baculars that we got going on in here. Let's get into our Shavasana. We are Shavasanizing ourselves. After we did our bacularing, we are Shavasanizing.